Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Joe Siegel and this is
Leonard Siegel.
and we are the Kindness Brothers, and we are here to share more from our new book. We'll be releasing on Audible and on other places where you get your best audiobooks, called Success Formula, about how to reinvent your life and reinvent our world. And I hope you've seen our other videos. Hope you take this moment to click like and subscribe, and so that we can help you to feel better about life, share more love and kindness in your life and in our world. And I have something positive to come back to every day in this video and in our newsletter and other things we share with you. So want to get back to our book, and we hope you are enjoying it. You know, recently I ran a poll on Twitter. I still call it Twitter, and in which I asked what people have the most difficulty with. And one of the things that the overwhelming thing that people said they struggle with is self-criticism, harsh self-criticism, beating themselves up about, not being enough or whatever it is, not being good enough. And so I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. If you ever think, oh, you so-and-so, why did you say that or whatever, it's just part of society. It's part of how we are raised. And but we can rise above it. We can heal ourselves through love and compassion, through fierce self-compassion and radical acceptance.
Well said.
And we can heal and thrive. You can live a good life. So back to the book, Success Formula. It's important to remember that you are not your thoughts. You are not that critical voice in your head. You are not your feelings either. You are the one who thinks, and you are the one who feels. You might think of it this way. Thoughts and feelings are like fish. And thoughts and feelings are like fish, and you are like the ocean. Acknowledge your thoughts and feelings and notice them. Name them, feel them, and then free them. You might see them with curiosity. Oh, wow, I'm feeling really scared, or I'm feeling really happy, or I'm feeling really anxious, and name it. And this helps us to be able to take a mental and emotional step back, creating some distance from our more disruptive thoughts and feelings. And social studies, science studies show this works. This is a coping mechanism that really works. So we step back long enough for this energy to be released into the universe. Think of it like catch and release fishing. Okay? And fishing always, I know, brought me peace. So think of it like catch and release fishing. Let the fish go back to the sea. So don't try to repress or hold on to any thoughts or emotions that you have. There are no bad feelings. There are no bad thoughts, right? We just have them. We experience them. We let them go. And always commit yourself to loving and accepting yourself. There's only one of you in all of existence, and you are kind. You are thoughtful. You are amazing.
Amazing.
And you make this world better just by being in it. You really do. You might notice your difficult thoughts or feelings, say something like, wow, this really feels terrible, or I feel so scared about this. And then say, I love myself enough to let this go. I like to say, Joe, I love myself enough to let it go, Joe. Many times you'll find that simply by observing your difficult thoughts and feelings in this way, they release themselves back to the greater ocean of energy and don't get stuck in your mind or body as resentments and fears and pains often do. When you come to love and accept yourself, your flaws and your quirky nature, completely and fully, you'll sense a light within you shining, a sparkle of inspiration, and a warmth in your heart, and a fire of hope burning. And the world will see and sense it, and will come to you with open arms to seek you out with gifts of great love and abundance. It's doing so right now. It's just that our fears and our inner fights create a type of fog that keeps us from seeing it clearly. This is why the greatest battle any of us ever fight is within ourselves. Okay, here we are.
So, one of the things that what I've found is that when I run into people, not run into, but I interact with people, that people are not really seeing me. They're seeing something they're projecting onto me. Sometimes I have people who like me for no reason. I have people who dislike me for no reason. I try to see what I could do to dispel the negative, but really, when someone is having a problem with us, there's really an issue they're having with themselves. Hey, you've heard the expression hurt people. So it just means that they're in pain. If someone is spouting negative things to us, yeah, you can be sure they're saying even way more, even worse, negative things to themselves. So instead of taking it personally, if you can help that person to not feel so bad and to be nicer to themselves, they'll be nicer to us. They'll be nicer to everyone else.
I agree with you, Leonard, and it's hard. It's been very hard for me not to take things personally. One of the things I've struggled with the most, two things I've struggled with the most is one, not taking everything personally, and two, beating myself up too much for not being good enough or making mistakes. And
I think those two things probably actually go together. Beating yourself up enough, and when someone else piles on, you take it as an affirmation that you are right, that with your negative thinking was correct,
and so what you were saying about shifting to compassion is super powerful, about looking at somebody who is attacking you or who is criticizing you and saying, wow, this person must really be hurting, right? And we know the saying, hurt people. But healed people also heal people. Kind people are kind to people. Compassionate people who are compassionate to themselves are compassionate to others. And so if we could make that shift to hold on a second. It's not about me. They don't even know me. They're criticizing my work on YouTube or Facebook or my book or video or whatever it is, or the way I drive and live my life. They don't know me, right? And so they're really coming from their own life experience, their own craziness of pains and things that are going on. And so if we can practice this shifting to compassion, to say, oh, wow, this person must be really going through a hard time. It doesn't mean we have to keep them around and try and fix them. No. We can...
For that time that you're interacting with
them. We can just catch and release that emotion just like our own emotion, right? And be compassionate with ourselves and say, I feel it. I don't need that right now. I'm good enough. I love myself, and let it go. As other people criticize, attack us, or whatever, we can say, wow, they must be really in pain. I see that. I notice it. This feels uncomfortable. I feel bad about I feel bad when they're saying this to me, but I also understand they must be in pain. I hope they get better. And then we could release them and let them go and move on our way towards whatever we're creating in life, whatever we're working on, because what I find is we don't want to get mired and stuck into other people's journey that they're struggling with. We can't fix other people. It's hard enough to fix ourselves, right? And the way we fix ourselves and the way we improve the world is not by telling people what they should think or say or do, right? And it's by shining love, by being an example in the way we live our life.
That's definitely one of the really powerful ways. Joe and I were watching comedy. We try to watch some positive things every night. And what's the name of the comedian, Silverman?
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman was told in a funny way a very difficult chapter in life when she was 10 years old, and she was doing taking her first acting class at 10 years old, and the acting teacher criticized her instead of explaining something, and she said, she was not ready at 10 years old to think to herself, hey, this guy must really be going through some sort of difficult thing in his life to be being mean to just a little 10-year-old. She said she was not equipped at 10 years old to do that. But hopefully, through listening to personal development like this and talking with us, you can learn that. So, for example, I went to my doctor's office and I asked the receptionist, I said, so how was your day? He said, I'm having a good day. No one's yelled at me so far today. And I said to him, you know, what I found is that when I was a teacher, that there were no bad kids. The kids who are disruptive, defiant, mean in some way, they're going through a thing that they're saying when they're yelling out, it's their way of saying, I'm in so much pain. I don't know how to tell you I'm in pain or how to ask you for help about this pain. I'm just going to share this pain with you by being painful to you, a pain to you, because they don't know how to go ahead and ask for help. And so I just translate that in my mind and try to help the child out. And when I told the receptionist, he said, wow, he said, that really helps me a lot to deal with these kind of people who are coming to his office in pain.
And that's a great story, Leonard. I love that you shared that compassion and wisdom with somebody. You always do that, and I love that about you. And you know, I find that a lot of people, especially if they work with the public, have to endure that. For some reason, people think it's okay to dump on people who are the cashier or a person serving them or whatever if something isn't going their way, and to not be nice and even yell at them, which is, I just can't imagine. So I always try and be especially kind and caring to the people out there working, because everybody, and just remember that we're all human beings, we're all doing the best we can, and we're all going through something, so practice kindness, and that's the message of our channel, and that's
I'd like to ask
the message of our book.
to
Go
put
ahead.
something in the show in the notes. What we'd like you to do is you can share in the notes for the channel here anytime you are able to come back in a positive way with someone who is having a hard time. So I see you're having a hard time. How can I help you with this? The
Drop it in the comments section. Let us know about how you were able to help somebody who was going through a hard time. And so
I'm going to say an example of what I did with this one student, and then let them go ahead and do that. One student, he just kept being just disruptive enough not to be kicked out, but just to be annoying. So I went over to him. I said,
because you were a teacher
I was a
for
teacher
many
in-
years,
in a
right, in
class.
public schools, yeah,
right.
and a
So
great teacher.
I walked up to him. I said, can I help you? Is there something you need? He said, I told him, if there's anything you need, I'm here for you. Just let me know anything you need. And then he stopped being disruptive. So I guess he got the attention he needed and that the support he felt he needed. And so has there ever been a time you were able to do that for yourself or for someone else by saying something positive back to someone having a hard time? We'd love to read any of the things.
And we love you, and we are truly grateful that you are watching this video. Even if you're the only one watching this video, this is for you. That's why we made it. And so thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel, helping us to grow it, helping us to spread love and kindness and positivity out in the world, and to share more from our book, Success Formula, about reinventing ourselves. And leave a comment, and we're going to be picking people from the comment section to send a free copy of our new Audible book, our new audio book, Success Formula. And we know you're going to love it. And so thank you again. Please click like. It helps the algorithm spread this to other people. We don't need to be sharing all the negativity out there that we find, even though there's so much to be upset and afraid about. There's also a lot to be grateful for, happy about. Let's choose that. Choose love. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You can do it.